Hello and welcome to our NLP Dashboard. So this site is for those new to data science and in particular NLP techniques, sentiment analysis and topic modeling. This really is for those who have no experience in either data science or NLP techniques in general, but who would like to, get a sense and to be able to apply those techniques. So the way the site will work is data will be pulled from social media sites, Reddit and Twitter. The data will be read in, cleaning operations will be performed in order for the data to be structured correctly for these models to be applied upon it, and then it will be outputted in user-defined specifications. So you, the user, will have the option to output as a CSV file and various visualizations. So let's just take a step back and let's just talk about what sentiment analysis is and what topic modeling is. So sentiment analysis and topic modeling are methods of NLP techniques, that is natural language processing. And so specifically to sentiment analysis can take a string, can take a sentence created by a user, created by a person, a human being, input all of the terms within that sentence into a string and output a score so to determine the actual sentiment of the text string. So whether the text within that was positive, whether the text was negative, or whether it was neutral. So the method we use for this, quite prevalently in the field of data analysis and specifically within our method, within this dashboard, is a lexicon method. So a lexicon is effectively a massive dictionary of words. So within that lexicon, these words will be categorized into positive or negative words. And then based on that, we will output a score in relation to that sentiment. So let's just look through our sentiment analysis dashboard here. So we are actually on our sentiment analysis page. I'm just going to give a quick run through of how this is used and the various lexicons and models to be used within it. So here we have our sentiment controls. We have an output control here. The user can control this. So control the amount of rows of data output. Then we have a select pull source. So we can choose to take our data from Reddit, from Twitter, or from both. Then below that we have a select sentiment model. So there are numerous packages within RStudio, which is the coding language we have used to create this dashboard. And so these packages will contain methods for sentiment analysis, but some of them will differ. So in relation to here, we have three methods. We have SUGIHIT, sentiment OR, and sentiment OR motion. So SUGIHIT is a sentiment analysis model, and this will use to create either a polarity score. So when we say polarity, we mean we'll either output a positive, a negative, or a neutral score per each text document. So let's say we did select SUGIHIT. Within SUGIHIT, we have 4 different lexicon dictionaries. So these are 4 different dictionaries compiled, for the output of sentiment analysis, and they contain positive words, positive and negative words. So we have SUGIHIT, AFIN, NRC, and Bing. So each will contain different. The majority of words will be the same in all. However, certain lexicons will contain different words within positive and different words within negative, and certain lexicons will contain more words. I can tell you that from outputting these results and from testing, Bing has performed the most accurately amongst these lexicons. So for this investigation, we're just going to select Bing. So then we have an option of choosing our output. We can choose to plot our output as a bar chart, which will give us a percentage score for negative and positive sentiment in each tweet. within, and this will split this by Reddit and Twitter, so we will get to see the negative and positive scores for Reddit and Twitter. So let's select bar chart here. So then we have a sentiment plot too. So we have a choice of plotting a sentiment here in any which way we want, either bar chart, histogram, or word cloud. So for this, we're going to select histogram. And what histogram will show us will be the distribution of positive and negative sentiment. So within this, 0 will signify a neutral sentiment, whereas -1 and anything below 0, anything below that 0 will signify a negative sentiment, and vice versa, anything above that 0 will signify a positive sentiment. So that will allow us to see the distribution overall. This will not be split by Reddit or Twitter. It's just allowing us that little bit more of a higher view. And finally, we're going to input our search string. So the way the process that will be followed will be, once we input this search string, our packages will search Reddit and Twitter for tweets and for Reddit comments relating and containing that text string. So we are just going to input our string Trump. I suppose we're just looking for quite a divisive topic. So we're just going to request our data here. So the plot outputs will be generated in the above output areas here. This will take 20 to 30 seconds for this operation to take place. And we also have, yes, so that's after outputting as such, and we can see here that in relation to each site there is a significant difference. And we can see here in relation to Reddit we have overwhelmingly negative score for sentiment for the word Trump, and quite a low positive score, whereas in Twitter we have quite a high positive score and quite a low negative score. Again, here we can see the distribution of our sentiment overall. We also have the option of downloading this as a CSV. So the file will save to your downloads folder with the name of the text string that you inputted. And so what this will actually give us will be a data set output. So what we are seeing in our visualizations here, if I just bring you back, what we are actually seeing here in our visualizations is more of a quick visual output to inform readers of those scores. However, if a user wants to dive into that data a little bit more, we can go into this and we can see from this, we can see our sentiment scores outputted, and we can see positive and negative results from this data set, and we can also see the original text string. So if we navigate back, let's take a look at topic modeling. So topic modeling is an NLP technique which has gained significant ground in recent years. So this is a method of inputting, again, a number of text strings, a number of tweets and possibly Reddit comments, and what it will output to us will be topics within that. So let's say we inputted politics. Well, some topics that might be output of it could be Donald Trump, Biden re-election, etc. And what this allows us to see in relation, particularly in relation to social media data, which is a huge repository of human opinion, is changing topics and new topics that have come to prominence, and I suppose to determine what people are conversing about. So within this, we're going to use an LDA topic. So we have significantly less, control panel inputs here. significantly less inputs for a user to control. So let's take a look here. So we can select the quantity of rows to output. We can select our pull source, Reddit, Twitter, or all, and we can select our topic quantity for coherence calc. So how many topics would we like to see output? Okay, so let's say if we were to choose 10, if we choose 10 topics, and then the quantity of terms to display. So what this output will display to us will be top terms within each topic. So the most relevant terms within each topic. So then we're going to input our text string. Again, we're going to choose Trump, and we are going to click request tweets. So the data is generated back quite quickly. And so topic modeling is quite subjective in terms of selecting topics, in terms of selecting relevant topics. However, viable methods of measuring topic modeling are coherence and prevalence. So what we see here in this line chart is coherence and prevalence. So what we really are looking for, I suppose, in combination with the statements that make sense to us, is high values for coherence and prevalence. So if we look here, topic 6 appears to have quite high, very high coherence. It would have the highest coherence within the topic, and prevalence, it is somewhat high as well. Topic 9, again, very high prevalence, somewhat high coherence, and again topic 3 with, I suppose, higher coherence and quite high prevalence. So let's just take a look at topic 6, because that was the first one to stand out. So we have Trump ban shady, FEC recommendations, fundraising tactic, legal recommends ban. So we can see that is quite coherent and does make some sense. Let's take a look at topic 9. Trump, Donald Trump, President, Donald probe, ampersand, aren't correcting, arresting. So again, very much related to Donald Trump. And let's take a look at topic 3. Trump, Lindsay, America, cooled, F-Killers, Cody, T.Y. Tiffs, Trump, Graham, Cody, Tiffs, Lindsay, Graham, MAGA in opinion. So again, quite a coherent topic in terms of those sentiments, in terms of those topics supporting each other. So we also have options for downloadable CSV files. So this will just give us an output of this table if we want to save for a later date and we want to compare and contrast with other tables. So yeah, so again, that will just output with the text string input. So this has just been a brief introduction to our NLP dashboard in order to, I suppose, allow people to get to grips, to get an understanding. This really is for people who have never used data science and particularly NLP techniques in their life. Yeah, the best thing to do is just to start going through these topics and outputting results, and then I suppose comparing them with the CSV output for sentiment analysis. So happy analyzing, and thank you.